Hey, everybody. We've got a show for you. And I got to update that intro. Harry is not so new anymore. He's almost a seasoned veteran of the Metropolis offices, as I'm about to soon find out, because I will be making my first pilgrimage to the Metropolis gallery that I've been avoiding somehow for the last 25 years. So I'm looking forward to that. So let me bring in these two gentlemen who one is sporting a new cut. And I wonder if you can guess who it is. Well, one of you has a haircut and the other one does not. So how are you gentlemen doing? And Micah, you gotta give Harry some equal time on the SIG line there, though. I mean, I know it's an email address and all, but
that's true.
My email address, if you can believe it, is basically the same. It's just Harrison K instead of Micah S. So if you want to email me, go right ahead. We work on stuff together anyway, though.
I mean,
so Micah S is more like a catch-all for you both.
That's true.
Got it.
Seniority means something, Bill.
So I got to, I'm going to be there in less than 2 weeks.
Next week, right?
Friday after next. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I finally get to see the amazing galleries.
Maybe we won't get another blizzard, and you'll actually make it up here when you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to get stuck there.
We did finally make it home after OAX. It was nice seeing so many of you down there. Thank you.
For an extended period of time, right? I hear some other New Yorker area people were there.
Yeah, there were a few people lingering for a few days. It was fine. There are worse places to be trapped than Orlando, Florida. Home of the happiest place on earth.
I can't argue with that. I mean, I live here, so it's a daily thing.
It's true. No, OAX was, as always, a lot of fun. It's great. It's one of the highlights of the convention year for me personally. Just getting to hang out with art collectors for a weekend is a treat.
Yeah. Did you get to meet anybody new? Someone you haven't actually met in person before that showed up at the show?
Probably.
I met a lot of people who I haven't seen.
Oh, right. This is
my first OAX. So thank you, Bill, and to everyone who was there for making it so much fun. I had a great time and looking forward to going back next year.
I got to meet the person who sold my girlfriend my birthday present, who did not realize it was my birthday present. And
they blew it? They revealed it for you?
They did. They revealed it. That's what she gets for buying it on an eBay account. That's got my name on it.
What was she thinking?
That was fun. I told her about it. She said, if you're going to find out, there's not a funnier way to find out. So all good. Yeah. And now I'm excited to see it because I didn't see it. So I know kind of what it is, but I don't know what it actually looks like. So I'll find out in a couple weeks.
Well, this is all if she doesn't keep it for herself.
If she doesn't keep it for herself, which she said she would do if she could find something better for me as a gift. So I'll find out one way or another. But that was a fun OAX event. And she actually said, what are the odds that the person I bought it from was going to be there? And I said, at that show, like very high.
Exactly. Yeah, that is. Yeah, she's not aware of OAX's reach, but no, I mean, it was a good show for us too. I think it was a lot of fun. I was talking to an exhibitor just before this on the phone, and he asked me how it was, and I was like, there were people who were congratulating me on Sunday and wanting to fist bump as we were walking by in Hall, who I didn't know. I said, so I think that's good. It's like we're bringing people in that we're not aware of who they are, but they know who we are, and they really appreciate the show, and so it's achieving definitely all of our goals and everything.
Harry got some compliments for doing this show from people he had never met before, which is always fun.
Good. Cool.
People walking up saying, "Hey, I saw you on Bill's YouTube show." So apologies if I didn't recognize anybody, but I think we exchanged names and I recognize most people.
Well, I can tell you that I did not get to see you unveil the Death of Superman art, but I did get to see photos after the fact. But it was funny, you gave me that shirt, right? And it was right before the show started on Friday. I had to tape down a power line over to Walt Simonson's table because he was sitting with Doonbeer who needed to scan, right? Yeah. So I had laid the shirt over the one of those like hip high and corner things, right? And I laid it over it, taped the thing down, and I forgot all about it and left it there. I was walking by their booth on Saturday, probably it was got to be at least 3:00 in the afternoon, and it was still there. But all the people that came up to get them signed, that shirt was hanging right there, and nobody. Even though they probably thought it was Walt.
Is your sound screwy, Bill?
No, my sound at least.
That's weird. That was weird.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, so you didn't even hear any of my story.
A little bit. Well, it was just the very end. It got a little choppy.
All right. Well, at the end of the day, I have the shirt. It's the good thing, and comic card collectors are honest people because they left that shirt hanging there the whole time.
Yeah, no, I think by and large, like comic art collectors are some of the best collectors in comic collecting writ large.
We were joking at the end of the day, like, we could probably just leave the booth set up and it would all be exactly here we get in the morning. We didn't do that. We didn't.
But I feel like we could. I'm not going to.
Okay. Well, anyways, I'm glad that worked out well for you guys to do the unveiling in the booth.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. We'll be back doing another show about that in about a month. So
yes, we were just talking.
We're not here to talk about Superman art. We're here to talk about all sorts of other art. Some of it.
Right, you have your new event. What is it? Number 65. Auction.
Yeah, ending next Thursday. The 19th.
The 19th, exactly. And so it's comics before that. So
comics Sunday through Wednesday, and artwork and memorabilia on Thursday. One significant piece of memorabilia that we can't show because it's gigantic, but it's a little bittersweet, but it's with the John Cassidy's drawing. And so if you can go to this, I believe it's the last piece that ends on Thursday night, but it's it's
huge and it looks like kind of like a medieval torture device. But he drew big sometimes, so he needed a big work area.
Yeah, but we've sold some desks in the past, and honestly, this one feels a little different because just because Cassidy was young, but it's a piece of comics history. He drew a lot of great art at it. And that desk will be, will be bought by somebody next week. So hopefully it'll go to a good home. Maybe it'll have some magic, some mojo in it, and somebody will get inspired.
Yeah, to any artists out there, totally functional, usable.
Yeah, really nice desk. Like it's big, but it's a nice, well-made desk.
All right, and then you're saying that is on the last day.
It's on after the artwork. There's a few other things, and that's one of those.
Okay, cool. I wasn't following the comments, but I saw Mark V said that they had fun talking with you both.
Yeah, it's nice talking with Mark. Really great chat, especially we were all hanging around in the lobby. It's a lot of fun.
I always like seeing Mark. He's got good taste, and he's good people. Not to comment on anybody else's taste, but Mark and I's taste overlaps a lot, so that's always
he's definitely on the more indie underground side of things, without question,
and might be the world's biggest Caroline Cash fan.
Yeah, that's an impressive.
Although I think the fan base is growing.
No, for sure, but I don't know that anybody has more of it than he does.
Probably not. But hey, now that Sean is working a lot more with her, I mean. I was tempted to buy something from her at the show, but I ended up not. I
was going to buy books from her, and when I finally made it over to her table, she had sold out of them, and I was like, "Well, that stinks for me, but great for her."
I was looking to buy something too, and all of you fiends out there bought them all before I could get there.
Well, see, now you do need to get out of your exhibitor booths at least on like Saturday morning or something, or all the good stuff is gone.
It's hard. It's the problem with being art only show is that there's never any downtime. With comic book shows, there's time when it's like, all right, nobody's looking at the art right now. I can go walk away. But at an art show, people are there for art. They're looking at art.
They're not buying books. Yeah, but the times are changing. I mean, I think, when we as art collectors are at a show like OAX or other shows, and you see, potentially an artist whose work you like, and it's something that's self-published from them. I mean, I'm probably going to buy it too. I mean, especially if I end up not buying a piece of art, if I can get a book signed or something.
Sure.
So it's surprising to me. Trust me, when we started OAX, the idea of people bringing anything other than original art to the show didn't seem right. But as this, as now we're 3 years into it,
selling their own books makes all the sense in the world.
Definitely. But hey, enough of that. What
Yeah,
are we talking about tonight? We got Event Auction
All right.
65.
What do you do? Segue.
Speaking of
From
art
art
conventions,
convention to art convention. So this, if longtime viewers will remember, maybe that we pretty much once a year do some fundraising auctions for the Lake Como Festival. So this auction has a bunch of art that was donated by artists to raise money for Lake Como. So we're going to start with those.
a very large number, more than usual. So it's a great selection.
And there's some really beautiful pieces. So we're just going to go through all of them in the order of the band. That's the beginning of, that's how the auction starts. So at 7:00 next Thursday, the first, was it 39
like
pieces?
40 pieces-ish.
Something like that. Will be the Lake Como fundraiser pieces. They're all marked as such. But we'll start with those.
And all the money goes to support the festival and the artists who are going to be in attendance.
Right.
So it's a good cause. It's a great show also.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There's room in the world for two.
Or more.
We'll find out. Time will tell. But anyway, we're good. We'll start alphabetically. We're just going in order. No favorites here.
Is it sorted by like end time too?
If you go by end time, it's the first chunk of pieces. They're all marked with Lake Como fundraiser.
All right, then I did get the right link in the chat to start us off.
The first one is this beautiful Cheech Wizard Big Daddy Roth style drawing by Mark Bodie, son of the legendary underground artist and Cheech Wizard creator Vaughn Bodie. And he donated this really great piece. Mark, in addition to making comics, is like a renowned muralist and graffiti artist, tattooist, but keeping his father's legacy alive, keeping Cheech Wizard alive. There are worse things.
We've also got this piece here. This is one of my favorites from this batch. This is Travis Charest. It's a drawing of V or Vi. I didn't watch the show, but it's from the very popular Arcane League of Legends animated series. I have not been avoiding it. I just don't have the time. But really beautiful drawing, really cool use of the name and the type in the background, and just great full color piece by Travis.
Yeah, like a really good piece from Travis, who's a very good artist. But this is one of the nicer, like modern commission pieces from him that I've seen in a long time. It's really excellent drawing.
And it's 11 by 17.
Mm-hmm.
Got another.
This is a beautiful.
This is another of my favorite artists here, Becky Cloonan. This is from 2013, so it's an older one. But this is a movie poster. There's a picture of the finished poster in the listing just to provide some context. But this is art for a movie poster for a short film written and directed by Hope Larson, starring Brie Larson.
No relation.
Yeah, no relation. But a really interesting piece and a really, really beautiful drawing. I love this one. Definitely check it out. And the finished poster with the title and the color is really nice too. But this is just a really beautiful piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Becky's work. That's beautiful.
Next, this is the cover to Batman 108 by Carla Cohen. So this is the pencil drawing. This would have been finished digitally, but this is a published cover.
This is Miracle Molly.
Miracle Molly. This is the cover from her first appearance. That's a variant, probably.
It is a variant, but it's a cover of Miracle Molly from her first appearance in the series.
Yeah.
Really cool new character. I like that run of Batman a lot, and that's a really nice drawing.
Yep. Next, this is Yannick Corbos. This is Vampirella. This is not published, but that doesn't mean it won't be, because Corbos has done a fair amount of Vampirella variant covers for Dynamite, and it's entirely possible that they just haven't gotten around to using this one yet.
Also, if they don't use it,
it's good. I love the way the layered, sort of mist is very, very good effect. It's almost like a screen print effect over the Vampirella figure.
And it's reminiscent of the Vampirella 1 cover, but it's not the same as the Vampirella 1 cover, which I think is cool.
And she's wearing clothes, so it won't be $3 million.
Yes. This will be a little bit cheaper than the last Vampirella cover. Another one of my favorite artists here. This is Danny doing Madeline Pryor as the Goblin Queen. Danny is one of my favorite artists working right now, and her use of negative space is one of my favorite things about her drawing, and this is a great example of that. Just a really, really nice piece, full size 11 by 17 drawing of Pryor here. I love it.
That's a very good drawing.
I'm not an X-Men guy. I just love that drawing.
X-Men are fine, Harry. X-Men are fine. This is by Werther Deladera. This is, I don't know if this is a title or a published piece. You couldn't get a lot of info on this.
If anybody in the comments knows what this is, please feel free to get in touch. Micah's email is in the
my email is on
thing.
the thing.
Right here.
Yeah, so this is titled Monsters Food. It's a beautiful drawing. It's more nudity for you, Marcus.
We're the Deladera, co-creator of Something is Killing the Children. Just a fantastic artist. He's been around for a while. I'm glad he's getting recognized more now with that book.
But yeah, real nice drawing.
Because
you love the X-Men so much, you can talk about the next one.
Talk about this one. This is an X-Men illustration by Paco Diaz. It's kind of a Giant Size X-Men thing. It's got all of the characters from Giant Size X-Men. So it's got the original team. It's got the new additions to the team from that issue. It's got Magneto in the background. That's kind of the only deviation from Giant Size there. But really great composition, kind of a dense drawing, but not too busy. Everything is still identifiable. It's a really nice piece. We were surprised to find that it wasn't a cover. It's that good.
Yeah, I was surprised that this was just an illustration that he just donated for the auction. It's this is cover quality. It's excellent.
Again, it's another one where if it was used as a cover, in a few months, I would be, I'd be surprised if it wasn't, to be perfectly honest.
Next, we got one of two pieces by Riccardo Federici. Federici,
I think.
I don't know.
Italians.
Yeah, I know. Italians, am I right? This is from
two page spread from Aquaman.
From the 2016 Aquaman series. So this is a published piece.
That series kind of took a turn in the middle. Aquaman went on the run. It took the art change from more standard superhero art style to a more sort of high fantasy illustration. And this is just a fantastic example of that. Federici is another one of my favorite artists.
Oh, he's exceptional. Wait till you see the next one. No, beautiful draftsmanship. Just an excellent artist.
And this would have been colored digitally, but this is the finished original art.
Finished published pencils.
Another Federici piece. This one, full color painted Swamp Thing illustration. This is actually a statue design for I forget who produced the figure, but you can look it up. It was produced. It's really, really beautiful. I love Swamp Thing. I love Federici's work, and the two of those things together just makes all the sense in the world.
It's got Dr. Fate's helmet in it.
Yeah, something bad has happened to Dr. Fate, seemingly, but just this is a really fantastic piece.
A beautiful painting.
And again, a design for a statue. You can kind of see the tendrils and all of that, how it would come to life.
This piece would display fantastic in a frame.
Very cool.
Got a really beautiful little watercolor portrait of the Scarlet Witch by Adi Granov, right? Yeah.
Which I like how it's a lot looser than his published work. It's kind of a different style for him, and he's equally good at this sort of watercolor wet on wet style. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, and it's a really nice, great expression, like nice work in the face. Just Adi's a really great artist and a decent human being. So always a bonus.
If anybody's excited about the World Cup, we've got this piece here by Jay Lee from an Adidas-sponsored comic that
2010 World
Cup. The 2010 World Cup, so a few ago. But really nice composition, really beautiful rendering. I mean, I would expect nothing less from Jay Lee, one of the modern masters of comic art.
And like what he's been doing in pencil over the last, 15 years, just remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, and this piece is, 16 years old, and it's just incredible. Got another beautiful illustration. This time it's an ink and marker color illustration by Rock Lynn of Mary Jane. For all of you Spider-Man and Mary Jane fans, you got sort of her greeting Peter, breakfast in bed. Excellent, excellent piece, really beautiful. And I think this one would frame really nicely as well.
And we got another published cover. This is by Tula Lotte. This is the variant cover to the Night Terrors Harley Quinn #1. It's like a really great classic image by Tula. This was also digitally finished to give her more Harley Quinniness.
But you can see the reference to Carrie. It was added. There was more added to it in the digital version that makes the Carrie association stronger. But it's visible even in just the drawing here.
But as expected from Tula, just wonderful drawing, great craftsmanship. Just it's very pretty.
Got this lovely, subtle Joker watercolor by Mac. Really love his decision to pull back on the inks and the heavy lines here and really just let the color do the work. I love the way it sort of bleeds out towards the edges. It's a really, really fantastic Mac, and all of them are good, but I think this one is particularly good.
And we got Alex Maleev showing what you can do with what when a pen is dying, it doesn't mean it's dead. What he's able to do here, using a sort of a fading marker, like to create an effect that he's doing on purpose, it's exceptional. I think this is one of the nicest Maleev illustrations I've seen in a long time. Just the pose is excellent, the technique is excellent, and it's Storm, and Storm is awesome.
And it goes to show why collecting physical art matters. Like if you're drawing digitally, and nothing against people who work digitally, I know lots of artists who work digitally and create beautiful work that way, but when you're working physically, there are things you can do because you understand how the materials are going to respond, and something like that would never have happened because a digital pen never dies. So you can never have that kind of technique, and it's cool to see that one.
Absolutely. And Maleev's been great for 30-something years, so.
This is a special piece. I've been excited.
When we found out this wasn't published, I was shocked. And so it's massive.
DC, if you're out there, make this a cover.
Yeah, come on.
It's fantastic.
It's massive. It's Guillaume March. It's Batman and Catwoman.
Two characters he's worked on just a huge amount over the last decade. He's been one of the defining visual stylists for both of these characters.
And it's just just a fantastic drawing. We've been lucky enough to see a fair amount of his artwork in person, and this is as good as any published piece.
What I love about this one in particular is the massive difference in techniques. We've got, the Batman has all these little scratchy pen lines. The Catwoman's got a lot of smooth brush lines, and then this beautiful, beautiful use of Zipatone to create this texture. And then the whiteout for the rain in the background. It's all of these different textures coming together to create just an exceptional piece. I love it. It's exceptional. I would take it home if I could.
We had this at OAX on display, and it garnered a fair amount of attention. It's a striking piece, and it stands out in the crowd because of its size.
There will be competition for this one. It's just unbelievable. Another unbelievable piece. This one
with many less lines,
a slightly different size. Got this fantastic ink drawing by John Muth of Stillwater.
That's
Panda
from the Muth series of children's books.
Just a fantastic illustrator, fantastic artist. I've always loved John Muth, and this is a great example of why. Like Micah said, way fewer lines than that last one, but what he does with each one is phenomenal. This is one of my favorite pieces in this batch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and another OAX guest. This is a really great full figure drawing of Doctor Strange by Kevin Nolan. I instantly, if you read any comics at all in the past 30 years, I think you'd be able to pick this out of a lineup as a Kevin Nolan piece. He's got one of the most defining styles of his era. And it's just a beautiful drawing. Great image of Doctor Strange. Beautiful textures in the cape. Wonderful design. Great Ditko window. He's been one of the best for a long time. Working strong. Always good to see him too. We were lucky enough to be very close to him.
The inaugural Jack and Roz Kirby Award winner as well.
There you go. Yeah.
Vividly so. Kevin's amazing and such a gentleman.
So this artist was new to me when we got this piece in. This is by Eddie Nunez. Just a really cool Batman Hush split face. The sort of classic depiction from the original Hush run came up again in the new Hush run. We're still waiting on the finale for that one, but I'm excited. Hush is, I know it's sometimes in some groups unpopular to say this, but it's one of my favorite Batman stories. I've always loved it, and I'm excited to read the new one when it's finally finished. And this is just a great piece, sort of reminiscent of that original Hush story.
And we have a great little painting by Lucio Perillo. This is Kratos from God of War. It's a nice, intense stare from Kratos, as you'd expect from, the God of War.
Any gamers out there will recognize Kratos?
I play very, very few video games, but I love me some God of War.
And I think there's a TV show at some point. That's what I've heard. I'm not up on such things, but that's what people tell me. So maybe a good time to invest. We'll do these next ones together because they're by the same artist. But these are two pieces by Mike Perkins, one Doctor Strange and one The Batman from his series with Dan Jurgens of like 1930s Batman stories. I really love these. I love Mike Perkins. I love what he's been doing lately, especially. These are really beautiful pieces, especially the Batman one, but I'm more of a DC guy, so if you're a Marvel person, maybe this is more for you. Just really beautiful drawing again, fantastic technique here with the rain and the brushwork.
Mm-hmm. Next up is a nice big piece from one of my favorite artists. This is Sean Phillips. This is a great little finished painting of Wolverine. It's unusual from Sean to see such dense painting. Usually it's watercolor or just pen and ink. This is a really nice finished painting, and it's wonderful. It's large, which is also unusual for Sean, but it's a fantastic piece, and we appreciate him donating it. It's great.
I was going to say, his commissions come around semi-regularly, but you would not be likely to be able to get something this big and this dense.
My commission from Sean isn't this big or finished. And I'm still happy with it.
Got a beautiful drawing of Raven by Joe Quinones here. I love it. I love the expression. I love the pose. I love the use of the different zipatone patterns on the body and the legs and the background and the hair. Just a really fantastic combination of techniques here and just some really, really natural and expressive cartooning, which is exactly what I would expect from Joe. Fantastic piece here.
Next is another Vampirella. This is from the Australian artist Mark Ratz. Just doing what he's basically known for, which is just incredibly detailed and rendered realistic drawing in a way that is beautiful.
And unlike some people who do this kind of like highly photorealistic drawing and painting, perfectly naturalistic. It doesn't feel posed or staged. It looks like a person, which is really, really difficult.
Yep. And just, wonderful. He does a lot on this like colored paper, so you get the color from the paper playing on the ink and paint that he's drawing over with. Just a wonderful drawing. He's a really talented artist.
Got another piece by an artist I love. We've got this cover to Earth 2 Society, number 16 from the DC series about the Justice Society on Earth 2. This is by Bruno Redondo, who, if anybody's been following his career lately, mainly works digitally now. So his art is uncommon. There's not a lot of new physical art being created. And this is just a great example of what makes him so good. Really bold drawing, very graphic, fantastic composition. I'm a huge fan. I love this cover.
This one's quality should surprise no one who's been around this hobby for any length of time. This is Asad Ribic just doing like a wonderful watercolor portrait of Padme Amidala from the Star Wars prequels. So, a little Natalie Portman fun for everybody, but just, again, excellent technique. Asad continues to impress. And if anybody's ever had the opportunity to watch him draw, seeing him pull an image from nothing is one of the most amazing things I've ever witnessed.
What's incredible to me about this is partly because Padme is such a striking figure in my mind, and partly because of the technique on display here, but it feels like it has more color than it does.
Right.
Which is just incredible. Like, it tricks your brain into thinking like it's in full color when it's this really sort of spare palette. It's very, very good technique.
Another OAX guest is a great Full Figure Daredevil by John Romita Jr. And anybody who's tried to get commissions from John knows that they're not always the easiest thing in the world to get, especially something this big and finished. So yeah, just a great full figure Daredevil from one of the premier Daredevil artists in history. I mean, some of the best Daredevil stories are drawn by John Romita. So, and this is an exceptional one. The wonderful sense of movement and scale.
We've got a piece from another modern master here, this time from a little further afield. This is Stan Sakai, really fantastic full-color illustration of Usagi Yojimbo. Beautiful composition, beautiful, detailed, ornate costume and background. I love this drawing. It's really phenomenal.
Next, we got a page of Rafa Sandoval from X-Men Legacy. This is X-Men Legacy 265. And just nice published X-Men page. I don't recall off the top of my head who these characters are. That's Magneto up there. I think it's Polaris. I could be wrong. And Toad. But yeah, great drawing. Rafa Sandoval's an excellent artist. He's, just always does great work. And this is no exception. Just wonderful, wonderful drawing from here.
This piece, small for this artist. Liam likes to draw big. This is Nubia as Wonder Woman by Liam Sharp, who's maybe one of the most important modern Wonder Woman artists. He did just an absolutely fantastic run with Greg Rucka. Got to be 10 years ago now, but it's a foundational modern Wonder Woman, and Nubia is just a hugely important Wonder Woman character, especially now. She's taken on a sort of increased importance in the stories. And Liam sort of recognizes that and is doing this beautiful, big, sort of imposing action shot of her. It's a really fantastic piece.
I want to call out Alberto in the chat here for a second, who says that JR is not a top 5 Daredevil artist, and the Man Without Fear miniseries will say otherwise. Just saying. And the entire run, his run with Ann Nesenti and Al Williamson, come on.
Yeah, I mean, that's
all the Typhoid Mary stuff. Come on.
If not the stories, and I love those stories, but that defined the look of Daredevil for so long. Like, that is what people think of when they think of Daredevil comics from that era.
Exactly. Got a couple of pieces from Bill Sienkiewicz. Let's start with that one.
This one's a really interesting one. So this is Jordi Bernay, who created Torpedo and worked on a lot of DC comics, did some Jonah Hexes and things like that. Just a really fantastic cartoonist. Again, mainly known for Torpedo. Here.
It's a pencil drawing by Jordi Bernay, inks by Sienkiewicz, and really doing what an embellisher should do, which is making it his own while retaining the style of the original drawing.
That should come as no surprise to any fans of Bill's. He is just fantastic at putting his own style into it, while also retaining the spirit of the original. It's really phenomenal and unusual.
And then another piece from Bill. This is just a really fantastic drawing of Death from the Sandman. Just great drawing of Death from Bill. It's just, I love the skull and the drawing, that the way he does everything about the drawing is really fantastic. Really generous of Bill to donate this. An exceptional drawing.
This is an exciting one for me. I'm a huge fan of this artist and of this series. This is a Universal Monsters Dracula page by Martin Simmons. Really fantastic work here. I've loved Simmons since he was, drawing digitally, and every new development in his art style has just been super exciting. This is full color, painted on the boards, really beautiful. I've wanted one of these since I first saw the art for this series. I finally got one. You could get one too. This is a really, really nice one, kind of moody and atmospheric.
As Dracula should be. Next one, this is a lot of fun. This is a page from the 90s. This is going back. It's a page from the 90s Elvira, Mistress of the Dark series by Todd Smith. Just a lot of fun. You got Elvira and some motorcycle stunt performers. Just, it's an Elvira page. It should be fun, and it is.
This is another cool one. This is from Joe Hill's Reign, number 5. This is by Zoe Thorogood, who is a fantastic artist. Just one of the I think, most exciting people drawing comics right now. Everything she's done is just really, really beautiful. And this is just a great splash page from that mini series that came out a few years ago.
This is a really pretty drawing. This is one of my favorites in this batch. Next up, we got another published cover. This is by Olivier Vatine. This is the variant cover to Rogue, the Savage Land #1. So it's a great image of Rogue in the Savage Land. I mean, Savage Land Rogue is just iconic and one of the greatest X-Men kind of tropes going back a long way now. I've seen a lot of Savage Land Rogue commissions, which means people are asking for those. She's popular. And just great use, good dinosaurs, and Rogue about to kick some ass.
It's really beautiful composition too. It feels like a classic sort of jungle story cover or illustration. We got
Savage Land Cyclops is actually a thing now. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Is it? I'm not an X-Men guy.
So what do we got next?
We got one last piece to finish it out. This is an interesting collaboration like the last one we saw, but this is Tom Yates and Federico Bertolucci. Tom Yates should be familiar to anybody who loves this sort of beautiful, again, classic pulp style illustration. And Federico Bertolucci should be well known to anyone who likes Disney comics. He's done some really beautiful Disney comics. But this is Thor versus Cyclops and Jean Grey, penciled and inked by Yates and then colored beautifully by Bertolucci. Just a really, really phenomenal image and quite large. I don't know if you can see how big it is, but this is another one that would look fantastic on the wall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, and that's
it for the Como stuff.
So yeah, that's how the auction will kick off next Thursday with the Como stuff, and then it'll get into the regularly scheduled portion of the auction that will begin alphabetically A to Z, but we're gonna go through it in our usual manner.
And if you see us skipping over stuff, that's because either we're covering an artist all at once or because it was part of that Como batch that we already did. Right. So there will be some things that we're skipping past.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to start with a bunch of pages by Jack Kirby. We're thrilled.
I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this guy.
Yeah,
we've got a bunch.
He's up and coming. We're thrilled to have a decent amount of twice up Marvel Kirby art, starting with not least of which is this page from the Hulk #3. So this is 1962. And Hulk 3 is where art is known to have survived. So the oldest surviving Hulk art is whatever exists from Hulk 3. And I mean, it's just...
If any of you know of any Hulk art that's older than that, please don't say anything until next week.
But yeah, this is just fabulous. A great image of the Hulk and bunch of the Ringmaster. This is Ringmaster's first appearance in this issue. It's just great, just the birth of Marvel Comics. It's Fantastic Four and Spider-Man and the Hulk. Those were the first, and yeah, it's history right here. It's exceptional. It's hard not to have more to say about it, but we'll talk about it.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I know, in terms of, but this is pretty fantastic. It's special.
Sticking with the theme of incredibly early examples of characters, we've got this page from Journey into Mystery 86. This is from the 4th appearance of Thor. So excepting the splash page, which is not really the beginning of the story, it's more of like a tease. This is the first page of the story in this issue. It features Thor versus Zarko the Tomorrow Man, kind of a different take on Thor, more sci-fi than mythology, because there was sort of an even balance in those early days.
It's great Kirby machinery in this page, just
perfect, Kirby futurism, and then a little sort of cameo from Thor down at the bottom. It's more or less everything you could want in a Kirby. It's got all the hallmarks.
Yeah, for people who've been paying attention, we have sold pages from this story before, but if you've been waiting, there is only one more after this. So the opportunity to get these pages from these very early Thors will end soon. So if you've been waiting, don't wait too long. This is a pretty cool one. And then
we've got another Thor piece. This one, honestly, is just remarkable.
This is Thor 129. So it's, what's that, the 4th issue of Thor in his own title?
After they changed the title.
This is great. It's Hercules basically fighting with his father Zeus. The eyes in that middle panel are just exceptional.
Standout panel down here too of Hercules sort of pleading in this beautiful dynamic Kirby close-up.
And then a statue of Atlas at the top.
And this is sort of when the series has switched to this more sort of epic mythological mode from the early sci-fi stories. Really beautiful page, and signed by Stan at the bottom.
Yeah, because Zeus is speaking in flaming letters, which comics are the best.
We got 2 pages here. We'll do them one at a time, but this is page from X-Men number 5. This is Jack Kirby and Paul Reinman, one of my favorite early Silver Age Kirby inker combinations. And this panel right here, you might not know it, it's the first appearance of Asteroid M, most important rock in X-Men comics. So making its debut right here on this page. Plus we've got characters from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants making only their second appearance, including Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver and Toad. Just
and a pretty great Magneto.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful work from Kirby and Reinman here. And if that's not enough early X-Men...
Got another Brotherhood page from X-Men 11. With an exceptional panel of the whole Brotherhood down at the bottom. Just beautiful work. This is Kirby and Chick Stone. Man, these early Marvel comics were so much fun.
And great images of the Stranger here, sort of showing off that eerie, early sci-fi Silver Age feel. It feels kind of like one of those Atlas horror covers. I love this page. I think it's really beautifully drawn.
Last Kirby piece. This is maybe my favorite of all of them, honestly. No offense to the early ones. This is from 2001, number 1. And this may be one of the greatest pages in all the entire 2001 series.
So this is from after the adaptation, Kirby
Right.
did the sort of continuation of the story, and this is from that first issue.
So you've got sort of in the vein of the movie, even though the series when it started is not a strict retelling of the movie the way the Treasury was, but you have the Dawn of Man jumping into the future, and that sequence happens here. So this panel to this panel, sort of mimicking the transition in the film, which is maybe one of the most famous edits in movie history. This page is extraordinary, and I'm jealous that somebody's going to get to own it.
We were looking at it. We were trying to figure out, like, okay, like what do we think this page is worth? And we were trying, like, it's good. It's got good Kirby drawing, and then we saw those 2 panels in the bottom tier, and we realized that this was maybe the best 2001 page Kirby ever drew.
It's really just exceptional.
Moving on from the King, we've got another...
The Prince of Comics.
Yeah, exactly. the star of the next generation, Neil Adams, doing a Justice League cover. This is from 1971, so Adams in his prime. This is the Justice League. Here we've got Superman, the Flash, Green Lantern, and Hawkman facing down Starbreaker, the Cosmic Vampire. I love everything about this. This is what I think of when I think of classic DC comics. It's sci-fi weirdness. It's characters that I love, and these, big announcements on the side telling you, this is the most exciting thing you'll ever read. And you know what? They were usually right.
We want to jump ahead a little bit because Alberto's asking. This piece here, this is a recreation by Al Avison of his own cover to
All Winners Comics number 4. Definitely wasn't just reading that off of the label.
Just a beautiful recreation by the Golden Age great Al Avison. This is also in the auction. So
we thought we'd put it up here partly because it's giant and in a frame, and also because it's really cool and nice to look at. And we had this hanging on the wall in the office for a while. It's phenomenal.
And you see a lot of recreations, but there's certain artists you don't. And Avison did not do very many, and it's just super cool. You got the whole great classic timely lineup of Submariner and Torch and Toro and Bucky and characters whose names I don't know off the top of my head. But just fabulous work from one of the Golden Age greats, one of the pioneers of early timely comics.
If anybody thinks I don't know the Destroyer, I do. I was just letting him sort of stew in his ignorance.
That's okay. That's all right. Talk about The Walking Dead for a minute.
All right, so we've got this page here from The Walking Dead number 1. If anybody remembers last auction, those Walking Dead pages went a little bit crazy. So if you missed your chance, you have another one. Mm-hmm. This is a really beautiful page. It's a very quiet page, but this is Rick sort of leaving the city where the hospital is, kind of psyching himself up to go out into this world that he is only just figuring out.
And then realizing how terrible it is and kind of having to pause.
I thought this page was beautiful and then I went back through and read the comic to give myself some context for this. And this is right after he first encounters that zombie in the car on the roadside that he eventually comes back and kills. And so it's him coming to grips with the fact that
everybody he knows might be dead.
Yeah, the world is not what he thought it was. Everything is terrible. Everybody is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just sort of collapses in tears in the middle of the road. It's a beautiful, beautiful storytelling page. Lots of great emotional work from Tony Moore here. And Moore's Walking Dead art is extremely uncommon. He only drew 6 issues of that series.
Yep.
And if that wasn't enough Walking Dead for you, we've got another exceptional moment here. I'm going to sort of build some suspense.
Two pages here.
2 pages being sold together. When you see which ones they are, you'll understand why. But this is Rick and a few of his...
This is issue number.
This is issue number 28. This is Charlie Adlard, who drew the lion's share of the series after issue 6. This page is Rick fighting the governor's men while he and a few of his friends are held captive. Rick sort of being subdued and thrown to the ground, and then you get this sort of ominous panel of a knife coming up in the air, and then this happens and they cut his hand off, which anyone who's familiar with the story will know is a sort of pivotal moment in the series.
And this, so, for first appearance people, this is the last appearance of Rick's hand.
And just great work from Adlard, who was really good at showing the emotional reactions of all of the characters, then sort of responding to the terrible things that happen in the series. And this is a prime example of that.
One of the defining moments of the series, and one that sadly did not carry over to the TV show.
It's special effects. It's
very
difficult.
It's one of the things you think about when you think of the Walking Dead comic, is Rick with his hand stomped.
And continuing in that vein, we've got this really, really incredible drawing of Rick by Tony Moore. Again, Tony Moore Walking Dead art, uncommon to find the published ones. You don't see a lot of commissions this finished either.
When is this from? I don't know. He didn't date it.
It looks slightly later than the series. It's sort of mature Tony Moore style. It's really beautiful. The technique here to use this sort of gray Copic markers for the background to show depth is really fantastic.
It's another Charlie Adlard page from this is from issue 31. This is Rick recovering after he's escaped the governor and sort of recuperating after losing his hand.
And then keeping with the theme of Kirkman,
yes,
we've got this really beautiful Invincible cover. This is from Invincible number 41 by Ryan Otley. Just a really fantastic large image of Mark. I think a lot of the Invincible covers either don't have Mark on them or he's much, much smaller. This is one of the larger images I could find of him on the cover of one of these comic books. The sort of at a parade thrown in his honor.
Yeah. And Otley is fantastic. So just great drawing.
And if that wasn't enough Otley for you, we have a couple more Invincible pieces. And there's some more Otley. There's like an Ant-Man trading card that you should go check out if you're a fan. But we've got these 2 full-color commissions, one of Omni-Man and one of...
A very beat-up Invincible.
Yeah, this is what people want from Otley, right, is Invincible, all beat up and bleeding. So here's a perfect one.
People are cruel.
It's from 2009, so like right there in the heart of the run. And then this fantastic Omni-Man as well. From around the same time period, you can tell because it's Otley's old signature.
Mm-hmm.
I think these go very nicely together.
They do indeed.
And... if you're not an Otley fan,
you will harken back to
what's wrong with you?
When Cory Walker was drawing it.
2 really beautiful Cory Walker pieces as well. A smaller Invincible head sketch here, and then this really fantastic finished Omni-Man. I love these drawings. They're fantastic. Cory Walker's incredible. Fantastic work on the TV show as well, doing a lot of the character design work.
Here, this is a piece for Bill. This is the page 1 to Avengers number 149 by George Perez with a pretty fantastic image of Thor.
Yeah, thank you, Alberto. Before Micah interrupted, I was about to say, if you're not an Otley fan, I don't know why. He's fantastic.
I like Otley. I was making a joke.
But
I also like Cory Walker.
Me too.
But this is as good a Avengers piece by Perez as I've ever seen. It's really, really great. You got the great split image with Thor and Moondragon.
Yep, Moondragon.
And then the rest of the Avengers over here, just like it's really a spectacular title page.
And classic Perez being able to draw an image with that many characters without making it feel crowded or busy. It's just really, really hard to do, but really well executed.
It's just an excellent piece. Got some more Perez.
Got this really neat Inhumans page from Inhumans number 4. This is relatively early Perez,
1975,
1976, sort of showing off his chops before being handed the keys to the kingdom, sort of in every kingdom. But really good drawing here from a sort of overlooked title. I like that book.
More Perez, this time from Teen Titans. This is new Teen Titans number 31. This is a great page with basically the entire team on it. And again, Perez putting a lot into a page while making it still perfectly readable and not cluttered or busy. But yeah, look at all those characters. It's really wonderful. The stuff on the bottom with Starfire and Robin is excellent. This great work. And this, I mean, I grew up in the 80s. It was hard to not love Perez's Teen Titans.
The Perez comics of my youth were maybe a little bit later, but we've got this fantastic piece from Avengers that Perez did in the 90s. That's a classic Avengers run. I remember reading that as a kid and just being blown away.
He wasn't alive in the 90s.
I was not alive in the 90s. I read it in the library. But this is great. Again, just like dense drawing, but super, super legible. And then this is an uncommon one.
So this is a double spread from the long-awaited and I think maybe lived up to the expectations, the Justice League Avengers crossover. This is just a lot going on here. So you've got all sorts of characters. I recommend anybody to actually just go onto the website and take a look at this page closer because there's a lot going on.
Open it up big, zoom in on everything, look at all the detail, really soak it up. It deserves
Dr. Doom and Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter and Magneto and Hulk and Superman and Punisher and Batman. It's a really fabulous page with a lot of characters, both Marvel and DC. It's an exceptional double spread.
Kind of everything you could want. It really shows off the crossover nature and the sort of epic story going on. Really, really fantastic. There's another cool piece. This is from the NAM number 1. This is by Michael Golden and Armando Gil.
NAM number 1 pages, as from what I can tell, exceptionally rare.
And this is a classic series. Michael Golden really sort of defined the look of this book, and this is what it looks like when I think about it. Really fantastic scene here too, like walking through this sort of swamp area, going through a village, sort of frenetic action as a battle breaks out kind of unexpectedly. It's really beautiful, beautiful piece. Again,
from an important comic, and NAM, when the NAM came out, like the Vietnam War wasn't, it had been over for less than 10 years.
Yeah, just about 10 years at that point.
So you're dealing with something that, for the people who were involved, very fresh in their memories. And it's easy, because that was 40 years ago, to forget that, the Vietnam War has now been over for 50 years. And you think about it as something that's like, oh, that's something my grandparents did, or even, not even that in a lot of cases. But yeah, very fresh. And the people involved, I know that I forget his name, the writer of the NAM,
I'm
was a veteran. So this is all very personal to him.
All right, this is another one. Sorry, we're showing you so many things that we have to keep telling you to look at on the website. There's a lot of very detailed artwork. This is by Michael Turner and Joe Weems. It's kind of a classic Michael Turner inker. This is from the Witchblade Tomb Raider crossover. This beautiful scene of
classic Tomb Raider
raiding a tomb.
Yeah,
it's exactly what you want from a Tomb Raider page, and exactly what you want from a Michael Turner page. It's got sort of details and monsters and girls. It's beautiful. Go look at it again online. I cannot hold this close enough to the camera to show you how many lines and details there are. The drawing is exquisite. It deserves to be looked at up close.
It really does. Turner art, again, it's uncommon to find a piece that with that much going on in it. People don't part with them. There are only so many.
This one,
this is maybe the best piece in the whole auction.
Much simpler. it reads very well from across the room because Alex Toth was just that good. Mm-hmm. This is an interesting piece. It was originally drawn in 1981. Not 100% sure. It was made out to someone likely a gift.
Probably.
But
Did that.
it was good enough that it was used as the cover to the Toth Memorial issue of Alter Ego when he died. It was published in 2006, so many years later, but it was just that good that they felt they should use it. It's a really beautiful drawing of the classic Golden Age Justice Society plus honorary members Superman, Batman, and Robin. Toth just drew the heck out of everything, especially these Golden Age DC characters, though. And it includes two characters he had a real special affinity for, Wildcat and Black Canary. He did some of his best work drawing those characters.
This is true. So the Toth's Black Canary work is maybe some of the most beautiful comics ever drawn.
And the Wildcat that Toth did is one of the most beautiful comics never drawn. The pitch was never picked up, but it would have been exquisite. There are some drawings; they are great.
But yeah, this is special. This one.
I agree. That's why I picked it for the show graphic. It was
It worked perfectly for that. We got another really special piece. This is from Brave and the Bold number 30, so the third appearance of the Justice League, right before they get their own title. This page is exceptional. We've sold some Justice League art recently.
We've never had a page with the entire team on it. It's really wonderful.
It's got the whole team here reading some mail, breaking up into smaller groups and talking, and then two really lovely images of Snapper Carr, sort of honorary member / mascot of the Justice League, one of my favorite characters from this period of DC. And he's even snapping down here at the bottom. Just a really lovely page by Sikowski, who defined the look of Justice League.
Sikowski is one of my personal favorite Silver Age artists. I think often overlooked. I think he's Sikowski and Infantino, I think, are responsible for what Silver Age DC comics look like, and I think he doesn't get as much credit as he should.
Sikowski, Infantino, and our next artist.
Oh yeah, and Shelley Moldoff. And so, for people who've ever tried to look for this stuff or collect this stuff, Moldoff published Batman pages, and honestly, most DC art from the late 50s and early 60s is just exceptionally hard to get. DC did not return it, and they never did. Most of it was destroyed. So to find any twice up DC art from the late 50s to the mid 60s is a near impossible. And this is from Batman 167. This is from 1964.
I did some digging. This is new look Batman, but only I think in his fourth appearance in the Batman title. So really early 60s Batman with the blue and the yellow circle.
And the great, some action in it, Batman and Robin punching people in it, which is, what you want. The only thing it's missing is like a POW or a BOF graphic somewhere. But yeah, just wonderful. I mean, man, Silver Age comics are fun.
All right.
You just can add an overlay and put your own
a sock.
Yes.
Got another really special piece here. This is Wally Wood. It's a Sally Forth strip. It's exceptional. It's got everything you want in a Sally Forth.
Hey, Marcus, it's got nudity in it.
Yeah, we got some nudity, classic sort of Wally Wood nudity.
And bondage too. Let's give it all to Marcus.
All right, there's a few things you'd look for in a Wally Wood original. Okay, rocket ships. You got these cartoon aliens. You got his signature cartoon guy. And you've got sexy naked ladies,
and you got sort of fancy elements like
a monster. You got
like a dungeon and monster. It's everything. It's everything. This is a perfect Sally Forth. If you've been waiting to get a Wally Wood, this has literally everything you could want in a Wally Wood. It's exceptional.
Yeah, and it's nudity. But it's tasteful nudity. There's nothing really like unsavory about it. It is not that. But no, really beautiful piece. Wood, one of the greatest artists ever.
And now we've got a sort of special section leading in from that of
we're going to talk about comic strip art.
We're going to do things a little bit out of order, but I can hold them up close to the camera. In keeping with Wally Wood, we've got another great of comics art. This is Frank Frazetta. This is a Johnny Comet daily strip. He did this comic for only about a year, just a little over. This is a really exceptional one. It's about race cars. It's got a race car and a crash in it. It's incredible. I love Frazetta. It's got his classic signature in it. It's hard to talk about it because it's so
looking
good.
At Frazetta's originals, it's kind of annoying. Looking at perfections kind of makes your brain hurt. And looking at Frazetta is like looking at perfection.
Like I said, it's hard to talk about it because I can only say it's amazing so many times before you get tired of it. So let's move on.
So we've got
a
a few pieces by, I think, one of the most important and influential comic artists of all time. This is Terry and the Pirates by Milton Caniff. So this is a pretty early Terry. This is 1938. Just great. It's got Terry. It's got girls in it. I love the period of Terry's when Caniff used the blue sort of background color just to differentiate tone. I think it's aesthetically beautiful. Caniff, I think, without Caniff, there's no Jack Kirby. And without Jack Kirby, there's no comics as we know them. So, I mean, wildly important. And this is, a really beautiful early Terry and the Pirates.
We've got a couple more Terry and the Pirates strips. We got this one here, which is from 1944. It's another really beautiful one, just fantastic cartooning from Caniff, who always did his best. This is another really beautiful one. I love the brushwork here, just exceptional. This is from 1946, which was Caniff's last year on the strip. And then he left that strip and started a new one shortly after. We've got an example of one of those too. This is Steve Canyon.
This is a pretty early Steve, so from a late Terry to a relatively early Steve Canyon.
This is from 1948, so just a couple of years into the run, which lasted until the 70s. I feel like a very long run on this
Basically,
strip.
Caniff had issues with not owning Terry, and the syndicate pushed back, and he said, well, to hell with you, I'm just going to go leave and create my own
this one, again, it's got girls. It's really beautiful drawing. I love Steve Canyon. I know Terry is sort of the high watermark of Caniff, but Steve Canyon is every bit as gorgeous.
Oh, the art is equally beautiful.
We've got some other fantastic comic strips. We've got right here a Dick Tracy daily from 1949. So really cool, relatively early Dick Tracy.
Yeah, great. There's other strips. Also, there's a few more Dick Tracys.
Yeah, more Dick Tracys.
Some other stuff. We're not showing everything.
A really beautiful pogo. This one is from 1959. Walt Kelly, one of the greatest cartoonists ever, and this is a great example of why.
Yeah, this is a 50s pogo. 50s pogos are harder to come by than 60s. We've had a 60s pogo here too as well.
Again, really beautiful cartooning, super expressive. I love this stuff.
Yeah, one of the just what Walt Kelly could do with a brush is. Yeah, uncommon.
And if Pogo's humor isn't erudite enough for you, we've got a Doonesbury as well. A really nice 70s Doonesbury from 1979. These are some of the most sought-after Doonesbury strips in the run.
Because Gary Trudeau actually drew this one?
Yes, he did. Really great, signed and inscribed down here. I love it. And then another all-time great cartoonist doing some great work on a comic strip. This is Al Williamson on Secret Agent Corrigan / Secret Agent X9, which was originally created by Alex Raymond, and then Archie Goodwin and Al Williamson took it over later in the 60s, and it's very, very beautiful.
One more strip. This one, just wanted to show this because I don't know how many people knew he worked on strips, but this is a daily of the Saint. This is by Doug Wildey. Wildey, great war comics artist and the creator of Johnny Quest. But beautiful drawing. You can kind of see sort of Johnny Quest stuff here in this great Saint daily.
And there are tons more comic strips. Check it out. There are more examples of some of those that we showed. There are some strips that we didn't get around to showing. Too many to talk about here. Go look at them in the auction.
But let's get to another OAX guest.
Yes, one of my favorites, from one of my favorite books he did. This is the cover to the trade paperback edition of Batman Harvest Breed by George Pratt. Really incredible artist. And this story is
If you could pull this one up, Bill, that would be great, because that's a lot of glare.
Yeah, here we go.
This is a sort of Batman horror mysticism story about the scars of war and the scars of crimes left unsolved. Really sort of beautiful, emotional storytelling from Pratt, who wrote and drew this book. Highly recommend seeking it out if you haven't read it. And this is the cover to the paperback edition.
And I know a lot of people don't think of Pratt as a Batman artist, but he actually did quite a few Batman covers.
And inked Mignola on a few notable ones as well.
Some of his Batman covers are just exquisite. They're fantastic, wonderful. And this one is just great. I love it's creepy and weird and very much in the vein of George Pratt.
It might be the best Batman thing he ever did. And like Micah said, that's saying something because he did a lot of them and they're all great.
Yep.
All right. We've got this from one of my favorite artists of the Silver Age. Don't groan when you hear me say this. Don Heck, sort of showing off why he was one of the go-to guys at that period of Marvel. This is from Avengers 17, very early Avengers. I love the technique here for Quicksilver, the decision to just show him as speed lines in human form.
And he still has wispy hair even with the speed lines.
Mm-hmm. He's instantly recognizable, but also super, super fast, so you can't see him. We've got Scarlet Witch, we've got Cap, we've got Hawkeye. Great Avengers action page, twice up Silver Age Avengers art.
It does have Cap in it, Alberto. And that Scarlet Witch panel down here. Can we just talk about how beautiful this panel is?
This is my thing about Don Heck, is he drew the most naturally beautiful women I have ever seen. Nobody else has done it like that.
I've got a few pieces from Rob Liefeld. So starting with it's a page from the last issue of New Mutants. This is from New Mutants 100. It's a great Wolfsbane page, Wolfsbane in wolf form throughout. Just pencils endings by Rob on this page, I believe. Yep. So that's super cool, like the final issue of New Mutants. And then going back is a page. This is New Mutants Annual number 5. So this is Liefeld's first New Mutants story. Got a couple pages from that. So it was one of the Atlantis Attacks annuals. And then a page from New Mutants 89. So like kind of like one, once his run on the title, it's already hit its stride. Like really nice work from Liefeld, inked here by Hilary Barta, I believe. Yeah. The cool like late 80s early sort of peak kind of early Liefeld, where he's just kind of becoming the superstar that he remains to this day.
I just want to comment on something I'm seeing in the comments here. There's some people saying that stuff is not showing up if you search, by character, that, if the character is on that page, it's not showing up. It's not always going to come up. If you do that, I highly recommend just going through the whole auction.
Or search by artist's name.
Yeah, so that's the best way to find things. But check it out. There are going to be some pieces that you didn't see originally that you weren't necessarily looking for. I'm seeing people in the comments saying, "Oh, I didn't realize that was there." That's why you do that. There's a lot of hidden gems.
Yeah, absolutely. This one speaks to my 13-year-old self. So this is the cover to Blue Beetle number 2 by Perez Collins. I loved this comic so very much. Blue Beetle and Booster Gold and basically anything that was sort of around that kind of 80s Justice League was just right in my sort of wheelhouse when I was a lad. But this is a great one. I think Perez Collins is an underappreciated artist. I think the work he did on this title was great. And I'd like to kind of helping to define what the Ted Cord Blue Beetle was.
Yeah, making his DC debut at this point.
Yeah. Just really great technique on here. You got the grease pencil background and great big image of Beetle. Just really. And it's second issue. This is cool as all get out is what this is. Yeah, it's awesome.
Got one of Micah's favorite artists here. This is John Byrne from Avengers West Coast.
Again, I'm from the 80s.
I believe this is the Golden Age Human Torch making his return to modern comics, showing up and joining the Avengers West Coast and sort of showing off his new superhero costume, introducing himself to the rest of the team. Really great late 80s Byrne. I like this page a lot, and it means something to me as a fan of those Golden Age characters that Byrne wanted to bring them back.
Mm-hmm. Another Byrne. This is a Wonder Woman page from Byrne's 90s Wonder Woman run. This is a really great battle page. Wonder Woman fighting it out. Just great Byrne action. He was great at it. Byrne is, I think, if you were going to do a Mount Rushmore of superhero artists, like Byrne would be on it. He one of my favorites for sure. But yeah, he is who he is for a reason, and that's because he was great for a very, very long time.
We got something interesting here. This is Rich Buckler, pencils and inks. This is from Astonishing Tales number 28, which is the 4th appearance of Deathlock, one of the sort of classic Bronze Age pages.
This page is sideways. And for people who have seen a fair amount of Bronze Age Marvel art, sideways pages in the originals is not entirely uncommon. It was a way for Marvel to only pay an artist once for 2 pages. That's not what this page was, in fact, printed horizontally. And from what we can find out, that's the first example of that in comics, at least in Marvel Comics, like a page being deliberately printed to be read horizontally.
We think they may have been trying to fit extra story into the issue. They misjudged their page count or something like that. But it's really interesting and kind of unique for that to happen. And again, just from a really classic run, when I think Bronze Age Marvel, I think those sort of offbeat characters like Deathlock that really allowed the artists to sort of shine away from the main universe.
But normally when you see a sideways page from Bronze Age Marvel, it's editorial trying to be cheap and not pay their artists.
Yeah, this looks like a Sunday strip or something.
Yeah, it does feel like a Sunday strip.
Oh my God, I would read a Deathlock comic strip.
Yeah, the fourth appearance of Deathlock by Buckler, who created the character. It's pretty spectacular for its own right, but it's also a unique little piece of Marvel history, which is cool. This is Tyler Kirkham. This is a variant cover to the giant-size X-Men Jean Grey and Emma Frost.
And if you think you know which one is which, you're wrong. They're trying on each other's clothes here. It makes more sense in color with their identifiable hair color.
Yes.
But this is from the Krakoa era X-Men when they were doing the giant-size one-shots featuring different characters and combinations of characters. Really cool time period for X-Men and a really fun cover by Kirkham there.
Is a cover by one of the greats. This is Sam Keith. This is the cover to his own Zero Girl. This is the second Zero Girl series, Zero Girl Full Circle. This is the cover to issue number 3. Beautiful paint and ink drawing by Sam Keith, who's again one of those artists whose work you recognize instantly, and yeah, just a great artist from his work in the in the 80s on titles as weird as the Adolescent Radioactive Black Belt Hamsters to Sandman to Wolverine and Venom and this, and he just versatile and exceptional. He made Venom look super cool, and not the easiest thing in the world to do. Easier said than done.
All right. Moving along to something near and dear to both of us. This is a page of Elongated Man by Carmine Infantino. Pencils and inks, which is important. He never looked quite like this when anybody else inked him. It's got Elongated Man stretching his nose to disarm a guy and fighting people by sort of bending across the room. It's a really beautiful page, and it's also by Infantino, who co-created the character. It's from Detective Comics 328, which, if anybody knows their Silver Age Batman, was only the second issue of New Look Detective Comics, designed by Infantino. And so this is from the second ever Elongated Man backup in Detective Comics. Super cool, historic, and just beautiful and lots of fun.
And did we mention that he's stretching his nose to steal a gun? I mean, worth the price.
This is a beautiful page. Yeah.
And as Micah mentioned earlier, Silver Age, twice up DC art, rare as all get out, especially significant pieces like this. I love this. I grew up reading like Silver Age and Golden Age Batman comics. Those were like my childhood comics that I read constantly, like a normal kid. And so this is near and dear to my heart.
And before we found out his wife was a horrible murderer.
Yes, yeah, that was much later. Got this. This is by Ron Wilson and Frank Giacoia. We think that's the most people attribute that to Frank Giacoia. That's exactly what it looks like. It's a really cool monster cover.
It's one of the 70s Marvel reprints of their classic monster stories.
Those comics from the 50s that they then reprinted in the 70s were tons of fun, and they created these sort of perfect covers that matched the tone of the stories that they were reprinting. But by their current roster, one of the best of whom was Ron Wilson.
Absolutely. All right. We've reached the John Buscema portion of the auction.
Yeah, if you've been paying attention to the last few auctions, we've been selling a lot of John Buscema. There are some really fantastic
most of it coming directly from his family.
We'll go through these by category.
Actually, I'm gonna close the Buscema section with something that is extraordinary, that is also from the Buscema family, but not by John. So this is a page from Avengers Annual number 23, just classic Buscema pose and beautiful brushwork and drawing.
And one of the titles that he was most associated with in his career, he did so much classic Avengers work.
A couple of great Marvel Handbook pieces. These are actually both from the very first issue of the Marvel Handbook from the first series. This is Archon and Andromeda. Yeah, thank you.
Inked by Rubenstein, as any good Marvel Handbook piece is.
As every Marvel Handbook piece is. And then we've got 2 more pages from Conan the Rogue. So this will only be the 3rd and 4th pages from Conan the Rogue that have ever been offered anywhere.
And this is the page following immediately after one from the last auction where Conan sees this girl get eaten by the leopard. We've got the girl who's sick to the leopard on the other one, and the leopard here. It's really beautiful drawing by Buscema, pencils, inks, everything by him.
And then a page from later in the issue with Conan and that same woman who he has taken sort of hostage and on the run with Conan just battling creatures and just in that beautiful Buscema way. And the reason why Conan the Rogue pages had never been available before is because it was Buscema's favorite Conan story he ever did, and he never sold one in his lifetime, and the family has decided to finally put them up.
All right, we've got another Conan page. This is from Savage Sword of Conan 222. We've sold a couple of these in the past as well, but this is Buscema's retelling in Savage Sword of the same story that was retold in Conan the Barbarian #1, so sort of returning and retelling the Conan story that started it all, that he didn't draw the first time it was turned into a comic. Just fantastic again, Buscema pencils and inks.
I'll try to breeze through these a little bit. Another Savage Sword page, this one from earlier, this is Savage Sword 45. This is Buscema and Tony DiZuniga, so beautiful Red Sonja page, just wonderful. Great zip-a-tone, great shadows and tones, wonderful.
A couple of pieces we're going to do together, but this is a frontis piece from Marvel Comics Super Special number 11 from the Warriors of the Shadow Realm Weird World story.
And it's the only piece, or one of the very few pieces anyway, from the Weird World that is actually not inked by, was it
Nebrez.
Nebrez, who inked the majority of Weird World, which was then painted by Peter Ledger. This is Buscema's pencils and Ledger's paint on the same board. So it's all Buscema and Ledger.
And then another Weird World piece. This is from Epic Illustrated number 9. This is The Dragon Master of Clarn, which is another sort of Weird World serial. This is by Buscema and Maurice Severin. We got this from one of my favorite Buscema comics, the Just Imagine Stan Lee with John Buscema creating Superman. We've got...
It rolls off the tongue.
It's easy to say, easy to remember. Beautiful image of the Stan Lee, John Buscema Superman breaking out of his chains. Fantastic splash page. Beautiful sort of overwrought Stan Lee dialogue and repeated shouting on the board. Mm-hmm. Great display piece.
So we've got some great prelims. This is we've had a few of these before. This is a Silver Surfer prelim. Probably not a prelim. Probably actually pencils. This story was never finished to the best of our knowledge. So this is what exists, but a classic Surfer image by Buscema. And another one. This is the sort of preliminary to a recreation of an alternate version of the cover to Fantastic Four 72. So great Surfer and Galactus. And then this is a page of just sketches, including some Conan characters, a character that looks kind of like Punisher. Portions of this page were actually published in the John Buscema sketchbook.
Moving along, we've got this fantastic Don Heck, Mike Esposito Iron Man page. Heck sort of bounced in of...
Wait, I gotta go back.
Yeah.
One of the things that we got from the Buscema family for this auction, this piece is extraordinary. So this is a drawing of Corto Maltese by Hugo Pratt. This was gifted to John Buscema when the two of them were guests at the Lucca Comics Festival in 1980. And it's as good a sketch of Corto by Pratt as I have ever seen. It's large. Usually they're much, much smaller. And for those who know, Pratt commands some of the highest values in all of comics worldwide. So his drawings like this are authenticity is an issue. What's great about this one is that we know exactly where it came from. We know exactly when and where and who it was given to. and it's exquisite. I kind of want to talk about it less, so maybe I could get it, but I won't. I'll let somebody else have it. But it's extraordinary. Pratt, I mean, one of the most important cartoonists ever. If you've never read the Carter Maltese comics, they are coming into print in English, and they are well worth the time.
All right. Now, back to what I was doing a second ago. Sorry to jump
That's
ahead.
Okay. That's okay.
We got this fantastic Don Heck, Mike Esposito Iron Man page.
For Hugo Pratt to Don Heck, it's embarrassing.
For Iron Man fans, you'll know that Don Heck sort of bounced on and off the title for several years. This was when he was back on it. This was a crossover with Daredevil, who you can see in that bottom panel right there. Really nice page. Just great drawing from Don Heck again.
And to answer the questions, the Death of Superman art will get its own show. That auction will be happening in April. So stay tuned to, we'll be promoting it. Bill, I'm sure, will promote it. That show will be sometime in early April. We'll be talking all about the Death of Superman. Right now, we're focused on Event Auction 65. So we're going to get back to that.
That's next week. The Death of Superman, still time.
Yep.
And another Don Heck piece. This is from Submariner number 65. This is Don Heck and Don Perlin. Really interesting pairing, but Don Perlin just brings a sort of weight to this page that I really love. And there's a sort of angularity that Heck got later in his career. It's really beautiful drawing. I love this page.
I've got a couple of Gru pages from Sergio Aragones, one of the most consistent cartoonists ever. I mean, Gru is as funny now as it was when he was created in 45 years ago, maybe something almost 50 years ago now for Gru. The joke that they would make in the comic is that Gru was a one joke comic, and it's hard to argue with that, but man, it's a real funny joke. I mean, one of my favorite comics of all time. These pages, both of these pages feature Mark Evanier and Stan Sagai as characters written into the story. They are creators. They wrote a book about Gru's exploits, and in classic Gru fashion, things end poorly for them. But yeah, just some of the most beautiful humor drawing that's just ever graced comics.
More Silver Age DC art. We've got a boring one this time. This is Wayne Boring, the sort of classic Superman artist, really defined his look in the late 40s through the 50s. This is from 1966, so a little bit later than that, but very, very rare. Great sci-fi and just sort of a classic Wayne Boring Superman face. Beautiful, beautiful brushwork here from Boring.
We have spaceships and aliens, and again, classic Silver Age DC content.
And one of my favorite Superman artists of all time.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Kurt Swan. This is a variant cover by Danny Warren Johnson. This is from the Firefly series, based on the television show, but just beautiful drawing from Dan, as is expected. One of the best modern comic book artists, I think, and I think the furor around his work, I think, would prove that to be the case. What he's doing is exceptional, and he's very rarely disappoints, if ever. I mean, this is a beautiful drawing. He thinks about things differently than a lot of other artists, and it's really interesting to see what he chooses to do compositionally, because he very rarely chooses the easy way. And this is just, a fantastic drawing from the Firefly series.
We've got an interesting piece here. This is by Sandy Plunkett. This is from the Spectre number 3. This is from the classic 90s Spectre series by Ostrander and Mandrake. Spectre is my favorite. I think the greatest Jerry Siegel creation. Fight me. But this cover is really beautiful. And it's interesting. It comes with the color painting. This was used as the color guide for the finished cover. This is also by Plunkett. But just really great sort of statuesque Spectre drawing over the city, really sort of imposing. I love this, and I love that this series had so many different artists contributing covers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a memorable series when it was coming out. It was a lot of interesting things. Ostrander's work on it was really good. Mandrake doing the interiors was fantastic. A very good comic. There we go. This is rare. So this is the cover to False Hits Funny Animals number 18. This is from 1944. So that's and for people who know, Fawcett artwork is very rare. They also just destroyed most of it. And so this is one of, I believe, only 2 known Hoppy the Marvel Bunny covers. I could be wrong about that, but there's very few if there are more than that. And this one is by Chad Grothkopf, who is the creator of Hoppy the Marvel Bunny. And he's here fighting a pirate whale. That's saving a little bunny from a whale pirate. I think it's one. Look at the drawing. The drawing of the water it's so good. This is 80 plus years old. So it's always amazing when these things survive from a time when, nobody collected this stuff. This didn't have any real value in 1944, and somebody thought it was worth keeping, and they were right. And it's wonderful.
Yeah, I love the heavy outlines on the characters and then the fine lines on that ship. I mean, that's gorgeous.
Which is that like very delicately drawn water. It's just it's almost better than it needs to be, but it doesn't bother me at all. It's great.
I love seeing Golden Age artwork like this, partly because it feels like it shouldn't exist. You feel like you're getting away with something, but also a lot of the times the printing just wasn't good enough to translate the art properly, and so seeing the artwork in its original form really gives it life that it didn't have in the printed comics.
Oh, just to get to this last piece that's here hanging out here behind us, this is a really wonderful Mignola Hellboy illustration from 2010. Just classic Hellboy Mignola composition. Really, nobody better at doing what Mike does, and he's been doing it again. I mean, he's been great at this for 40 years. It's like some other people, a little bit annoying. Like, it's stop being so good, Mignola.
And just really consistent too. Like he has changed and grown as an artist, but just you can always tell it's him going back to the 80s. Got this really nice Sal Buscema, Mike Esposito, Submariner versus Hercules page. Really cool, great Bronze Age Marvel fight content. Sal Buscema, another artist who we unfortunately lost this year, but just one of my favorites. Drew a lot of comics that were favorites of mine when I was a kid.
I'll do this one so you can talk about the next one. We've got another alter ego cover, this one from Ron Friends and Sal Buscema again. So for Friends pencils, Sal Buscema inks. This is the two of them kind of taking the cover to Brave and the Bold 28 and replacing the Justice League with to timely characters. So you've got Captain America and the Human Torch and the Submariner and the Wizard and Miss America. Thank you. But yeah, like a great, clever take on the classic Starro cover of Brave and the Bold 28.
This is a piece that I love. I would put this on my wall right now if I could. Giant shadow painting by Gray Morrow, who's one of my favorite artists. Bill, I don't know if we've got a lot of glare on this one too. If you can pull this up, that would be helpful.
We'll do that.
This is another one where we spent ages agonizing over where this was published because we could not believe that it was just an illustration. But to the best of our knowledge, that is what it is. But it may have been.
It was likely a paperback cover that was never used.
What we think it might have been, was created right around the time that Pyramid was preparing to put out their famous line of shadow paperback reprints. So it may have been a tryout for that job that ultimately went famously to Jim Steranko. But I think Gray Morrow would have killed it. If this painting is anything to go by, it's really, really fantastic, and I love it.
It's really impressive in person. The colors are real vibrant. It's large, but not unwieldy. Yeah. All right. We've got the Chris Warner page from The American. This was a
Dark Horse
series from the 80s, right?
Early Dark Horse. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. It's got some credited tone, like gray tone assists by recently let go Dark Horse founder Mike Richardson, who worked on this page. So if anybody's got a comic that needs some gray tones, see if Mike's available.
Yeah.
Pair of really interesting pieces here. These are paintings by Will Eisner for the
concept art for the Spirit TV movie from the 80s that starred what's his name, Flash Gordon.
Yeah, it's Sam Jones.
Sam Jones. Let's say Sam Jones. That sounds right.
They're signed by him on the back, so I'm gonna Sam Jones.
Yep. So Eisner created these beautiful, fully finished watercolor paintings as concept art for the TV movie. I'm sure the movie is nowhere near as good as these paintings.
But yeah, just great spirit art by Eisner, who still had it in like 1986.
Yeah, he had it forever. He still had it in 1996. And another spirit piece, this one much older. This is from Eisner while he was actively serving in the military. This is March 1945. It's a little drawing of spirit and ebony by Eisner from the 40s. Very rare.
I just want to comment on my comment about Mike Richardson departing Dark Horse under not so great terms. I feel awful for him, and I think that this is not good news for the comic book world. This is not good news for Dark Horse.
No, I mean, I've met Mike Richardson, but I don't know him, and I'm personally offended on his behalf because of what happened.
We spent maybe an hour after we heard about it talking about how he really built a company that was just good for comics. I mean, we were talking about Hellboy and Mike Mignola, and none of that exists.
Yeah, and they just like a week or two ago, they announced like the first new Concrete comics in almost 30 years, which is great news because Concrete's just one of the best. And Concrete was like the lead story in the first issue of Dark Horse Presents, like an origin character for the company. And making his reintroduction without being under the supervision of Mike Richardson is sad.
And I think again, it's ultimately replacing a person with sort of idiosyncratic taste and really good taste, if Dark Horse's history is anything to go by, with the sort of the company that is pursuing this sort of content strategy. It's just never going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Got an interesting piece here. This is by Bob Layton. This is a cover reimagining of, I forget, the original cover is the Justice League versus the Freedom Fighters.
I don't know.
I think that's
read the description.
But it's the Justice League versus the Avengers. So we've got sort of the big three Justice League characters versus the big three Avengers. Really neat piece by Layton here. A lot of fun.
And next we've got, this is another Inhumans page, this time from Gil Kane. There's another great Bronze Age Marvel page from the Inhumans, this time by Kane and Frank Chiaramonte.
Oh, thank you, Rich. It's the JLA versus the JSA. I get my JLA fight covers mixed up, but that is what that cover is.
Rich Cirillo always got the answer when it comes to old DC artwork. Thanks, Rich.
We've got a really nice John Romita Jr. All-Star Batman page here. It's got from the Two-Face story that launched the series, but this is Batman and Two-Face sort of tussling in the mud. Beautiful inks by Tom Palmer, who inked Romita Jr. more than you'd remember, and was just very, very good at it and demonstrating all of that right here. Again, another one we lost too soon.
This is a really nice. This is Art Adams. This is from the Ultimate X. This series was printed directly from Adams's pencils, so this
may have been inked digitally.
I don't believe that it was,
but there are
no physical inks. That we know.
This is the last physical art that ever existed for this series.
But Art Adams, stunning detail even in pencil, just remarkable.
If you look at this one up close, you can see there's a perspective grid drawn in every panel.
You can see why it takes Art so long to draw comics. He gridded the perspective in panels even where it wasn't necessary.
Just this sort of attention to detail that he's known for. It's really incredible. There's a dedication on display here that is just not matched by anybody else.
And another guy who's been consistent, and producing quality work for a very, very long time.
Speaking of, we've got this prelim here from the X-Men Annual number 12.
That's from 1988 or something.
Yeah, 1988. Mike has got it. I'm not an X-Men guy. I don't remember this issue because I wasn't alive. But just a fantastic sort of group shot like Adams was known for. Really, really excellent piece right here. And you can identify who all the characters are without any of the detail that would go into the finished cover.
So we've got a classic Dick Dillon Justice League page. This is Justice League 126. This is 1975. But yeah, just a classic 70s Dick Dillon Justice League. You got a lot of great action. You got Hawkman and Lex Luthor on this page. classic Justice League.
This is an interesting piece. It requires a little bit of context, but when the new Spawn series of Gunslinger Spawn, King Spawn, and I think there was a third one, when they hit 50 issues, they did these really neat original art 1 in 1,000 variant covers. So it came with a special variant of the comic, and it came with an original drawing by one of the artists who was working on those series. This one is from King Spawn, number 50, and this is by Brett Booth, who was working on, I believe, the Gunslinger Spawn series at the time.
Really beautiful image of Spawn from Booth.
Is really detailed, really finished. Just a fantastic drawing of Spawn by Booth, who's been, sort of an essential image artist for 30 years now.
And shops had to order 1,000 copies of the comic to get one of these drawings.
And it comes with a blank cover copy. This is not the original one that came with that drawing, but this is a variant, the blank cover variant of that issue of King Spawn.
All right. And we got a page from the first issue of Garth Ennis's Hitman. So Hitman, who debuted in The Demon, was also by Ennis and John McCrae. This is from the first issue of his solo series, and this page features the first appearance in the story of the characters Hacken and Ringo, and it's beautiful. McCrae is a great artist. Hitman was another memorable Garth Ennis book. We got the pencils and the ink separately, as was McCrae's method. So yeah, he would pencil and then ink separately, but both are included. Nice piece from the first issue of the series.
Got a really neat Conan piece if you haven't had enough Conan. This is
a really cool piece.
Bernie Chan. This was part of a portfolio published in an issue of Savage Sword number 52. But there were these series of 2-page spreads of various Conan scenes and characters. This one is the women of the Conan universe. So we've got Belit and Red Sonja, and I'm not up to date on all my Conan characters, so there's more of them that I don't know.
It's in the description.
Really beautiful work from Chan, who was one of the sort of defining Conan artists besides, Barry Smith and Buscema. And just a really cool piece, a really finished illustration.
It presents great. It's a wonderful, wonderful illustration.
We got right here another essential Iron Man artist. This is George Tuska and Mike Esposito from Iron Man number 58. It's got one of my favorite Iron Man tropes, which is Tony wearing the armor, no helmet, plugged into alternating current. So this is what I think of when I think of Iron Man comics, is like Tony sweating plugged into the wall, and it's got it all right here.
Mm-hmm. This is a pretty cool piece. So this is by Ed McGuinness. This is from the 2018 Avengers series. This is the sort of reintroduction of the Squadron Supreme into the Marvel Universe, and it's a great splash page of the Squadron Supreme. So you've got, basically Marvel's Justice League.
But in this run referred to, because they're deputized by the U.S. government, led by Coulson over here.
Yeah, Agent Coulson.
They're referred to as DC's greatest heroes, which is just a fantastic joke. I love that. Very clever.
But yeah, it's pretty great. And McGuinness is a pretty great artist in his own right.
Speaking of, we got another McGuinness Avengers page from that same run with.
Hey, Bill, it's got Thor on it.
Yeah, this is
Thor.
Marvel, two of the leaders of this incarnation of the Avengers. Just a really great action page here. Great hero pose. Love this page. Beautiful drawing.
This one's special. This is great. This is from Captain America number 21 from the Brubaker and Epting run on Captain America. And this is just a fantastic page with both Cap and the Winter Soldier on it. This is only a few issues before Captain America was killed, and then where Bucky, the Winter Soldier, takes over the mantle of Captain America. But I still think this is some of the best work Epting ever did. I have a page from this run. I think it's just really beautiful work, and Brubaker and Epting working together to create just really, really, really good Captain America.
And despite all the big shots that Brubaker took, sort of changing up Captain America, he knew when to bring in things from the classic run, and this has got the sleeper on it. It's about as classic Captain America as you could get.
Yeah.
So really, really fantastic. Got a page here from one of my favorite books. This is by Werther Dell'Edera, who did the layouts, and finished by Gabriele Dell'Otto, who is just one of the most important artists working in comics right now. Just these fantastic painted illustrations. This is one of the few books where he did the interiors, and they're fantastic. It's a great Spider-Man graphic novel, The Family Business, that introduces Peter Parker's sister, and air quotes sister, but just really great work here from Delato. And I believe actually another sleeper.
Oh, could be. That's hey, if it works, it works. We've got a couple of pieces from the Batman animated series. This is a Joe Staton page from the Batman and Superman Adventures series. We've got a great Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn page with Lois Lane for good measure because it's Batman and Superman Adventures. But yeah, great in the sort of Bruce Timm animated series style. And then
this is from a different animated series. This is the 3D animated one. The
Batman Strikes. This is Christopher Jones, but a nice sort of Batman in a classic sort of how's Batman going to get out of this situation? But again, Harley Quinn and Robin on this one. This is a cover of this one.
This one here is a cover by Jay Lee from the recent series Pine and Merrimack. Just another beautiful Jay Lee pencil piece. I'll hold it closer so you can see the detail that he put into this, but I recommend opening it up on the computer and taking a closer look. It's just exquisite.
Jay Lee's pencil work is really extraordinary. I mean,
and nobody else is doing it quite the way he's doing it. It's really phenomenal.
I've been following Jay Lee's work for basically his entire career. I was introduced to him when he took over the Namor book with Byrne. And to see his sort of evolution from that guy, who was pretty great back then. I mean, one of the earliest pages of art I ever bought was a Jay Lee Namor page, probably in 1993. And to think that this is the same guy, it's a remarkable evolution.
Do you still have that page, Micah?
I don't. I wish I did. I sold it probably 20-something years ago.
We got here, this is from Wolverine number 66. This is by Mark Texeira, sort of classic 90s Marvel artist, did some great Wolverine work back in the day. This is from 1993.
Wolverine sort of passed out, beaten up in an alley, about to be discovered by some random people who will probably regret it later.
And just beautiful sort of gritty, inky, textured work by Texeira, who is really sort of excelled in that way.
Mm-hmm. This is Joel Jones from Batman number 34. This is from the Tom King Batman run. Just beautiful work from Joel Jones. Anything you want to say about this? You've read these comics.
This is, you should read those comics.
I should
all read those comics. They're fantastic. This is from the Rules of Engagement arc where Batman has just proposed to Catwoman, and there are some things that they need to take care of before they can tie the knot. And so they go out into the desert to seek out Talia because there's some unfinished business there, both between Batman and Talia and Catwoman and her friend who is with Talia out in the desert.
But yeah, Joel Jones is a really great artist, and this is a pretty nice page. Really, really nice drawing.
Got here, this is Mark Pacella. This is from X-Force number 11. Great page here, super detailed, super slick, very sharp 90s work.
A lot of cable.
A lot of cable. That's what you want in an X-Force page.
Cable, you got, that's Cannonball. I'm sure there's other characters I can't see. You got Wolfsbane. Is that Wolfsbane there?
Yeah, it looks like it. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Classic X-Force characters.
Yeah, relatively early in the X-Force run as well.
I don't know anything about this.
So this is from Harrower by Justin Jordan and Brom Rebel, two great modern creators. This is by Michael Walsh, who is one of my favorites working today. This is a variant cover from the very first issue of the series. Michael Walsh, you'll know from Frankenstein, the Universal Monsters Frankenstein series, and his book, The Silver Coin. Just a really fantastic horror artist, demonstrating why he is one of the luminaries of modern horror comics. He's currently working on the series with James Tynion, Exquisite Corpses, and that is just one of the biggest books of the last couple of years. And he totally deserves it. He's a nice guy and a fantastic artist. And again, you can see it right here. We got a few more pieces.
We're gonna bring this in under 2 hours today. I promise.
Hey, I've been keeping quiet. You've had a great pace since we started.
Got this prelim by Olivia de Berardinis for a piece called Masquerade. Really, really fantastic. Sort of loose and gestural, but very clear, very graphic. I love this piece. It's beautiful. I think this would look fantastic on the wall. It's incredible. I could talk about this all day.
This one's kind of fun. This is from Marvel Comic Presents number 92. So this is a North Star story. But what's interesting about this page is that it is drawn by Joe Madureira. So this was his second published work, but it was created as an inventory story. So this was actually drawn before his first published work, which was just a few issues earlier in a Marvel Comics Presents. So this is just a pretty nice little piece of history. This is, the first professional work from Joe Madureira. And it's kind of, again, interesting to see. You can see the sort of the artist that he would grow into in this. And it's always fun to see that kind of growth and evolution of an artist, especially early on in their career.
Here, I'll let you talk about the next couple because they're your guys.
All right, so this one, so we've auctioned this before. We learned since we auctioned it before that the artist credit we gave it was incorrect. So this is still the prelim to the cover of Captain Marvel Jr. number 31, but it is by Bud Thompson, but it's still an incredibly rare piece of Fawcett history.
As we mentioned earlier, Fawcett art is
and Captain Marvel Jr. art is also very rare. So still a great Captain Marvel Jr. image, and by Thompson, who did do the finished cover as well. And then this one, so this is Mike Allred. This is from the Vertigo Jam. This is the title page to the Shade the Changing Man story in the Vertigo Jam. This is from 1993. And I personally, big fan of Shade the Changing Man. Recently finally reprinted for the first time ever,
including this story and
including this story
released Omnibus Volume 2.
And it's interesting to me that Allred seems like a no-brainer for the kind of weirdness that sort of is Shade the Changing Man, and he drew very, very few. It's this story and I believe one other. I do think the description says this was the only one. I did find out that he did one other short story in the second Vertigo Jam, but just it's the combination of Shade and Allred just makes so much sense. And it's a great page with Shade and Kathy and Lenny, and it's wonderful. It's one of my favorite comics of the 90s.
All right, we've got a page here from Joker number 5 by Irv Novick and Tex Blaisdell. Really beautiful combination of penciler and inker here. And from a really fun DC Bronze Age series. I don't know if anybody else has read this Joker series.
I think it was 8 issues or 10 issues.
8 or 9 issues. It was part of that DC implosion in the 70s. So the last issue was never published. But just an absolute blast.
I know and people are looking at it saying, oh, it's too bad the Joker's not on it. But no, that is the Joker wearing a very clever and very convincing disguise.
Yeah, if you missed that, I missed it as well. It fooled me.
It's like, well, who is this guy? It looks like Superman. He's got glasses on, but it can't be Superman because Superman doesn't wear glasses.
Right? No, he doesn't.
No, exactly.
Have you ever seen Superman wearing glasses?
Mm-hmm.
We've got here Captain Marvel number 2 page by Gene Colan and Vince Colletta. Really great early Captain Marvel. I've got, I believe that's Super Skrull on here as well. Just some fantastic early sort of proto Marvel cosmic that would go on to sort of change the way Marvel Comics looked and felt going into the 70s.
Just a few more. So this is a really cool, this is a Superior Spider-Man page by Humberto Ramos. So this is this is when the Peter Parker has sort of been inhabited by Dr. Octopus. And you've got the Spider-Man here is sort of the spectral sort of Spider-Man, like little hint of Peter Parker in his head kind of talking to him. It's like really beautiful work by Ramos creating this sort of ethereal Spider-Man that's haunting Dr. Octopus while he's trying to take over Peter Parker's body.
Yeah, as Marcus points out, it's also got the Living Brain, who made his first appearance in Spider-Man number 8, who becomes a pivotal part of this sort of Superior Spider-Man, Dr. Octopus storyline later on in the run. Great page. This is an interesting piece. This is recognizably by the artist Muse. If you watch the Daredevil Born Again TV show, this is one of the pieces that appears in Muse's lair. This is by none other than David Mack.
Created all the Muse artwork in this show.
He contributed a lot of artwork to the Netflix shows back when those were on Netflix, and then to this show on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really cool. It's a chance to own something that was for a TV show.
The Born Again title in the drawing as well. It's very cool. It's like a nice. It's very much the kind of like street art that Muse is supposed to do, which is, not unlike what Mac does, but it's like sort of pushing that further, which is really wonderful.
Got two pieces we'll talk about together. Card art is having a bit of a moment. We know it had its own space at OAX, but we've got these two pieces from the 1994 Fleer Marvel Universe series, both by Mark Buckingham.
Awesome Ghost Rider 2099 card.
Yeah, Ghost Rider 2099 and Salome over here. Front and back images for each card. The back ones are smaller because there was all of the statistics and the blurb and everything.
Thanks, Professor.
Really great drawing from Buckingham here, sort of emblematic of both characters. I think these are really fantastic. I was not around at the time, so I didn't have these cards, but I love Mark Buckingham. These are awesome.
Super cool. Got a cover to the Blade Runner Tokyo Nexus series. This is by Butch Geis. Just great kind of Blade Runner-y, big eyeball, big trench coats. Beautiful drawing by Geis. Yeah, awesome there.
We got this. This is a cover from Superman versus Lobo #3. This was a DC Black Label series from a few years ago. This is by Mirka Andolfo, who was also the artist of the series. She's someone who you just see everywhere these days. I think she's really, really phenomenal, and this is a great example of her work right here.
And finally, we're gonna close with a big one and kind of a cool one. This is Paul Pope. This is from Batman Year 100, and yeah, Paul Pope did some. It just got cheaper. Paul Pope did some great work on this series. I mean, great work throughout his entire career, but this Batman Year 100 is sort of one of his sort of defining moments, and this is a beautiful page from it.
And yeah, sort of little hints of Batman here. This page is sort of spectral presence of Batman looming over everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Really great drawing, and quite large. He works very large.
This is sort of standard size for Pope. But yeah, beautiful piece there, and that's all we're showing. There's there's obviously lots more in the auction. I can't recommend enough that everybody should kind of go just at least go through the whole auction. You never know what might be in there that might stand out. And it's like over 300 pieces in this auction. It's one of our largest auctions in a little while. And yeah, and as always, any questions, my email's on the screen. Harry's is the same. It's Harrison K at ComicConnect. And Harrison spelled like Harrison Ford. That is his namesake.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I was Harry first, and then my parents were trying to figure out. I needed something to go on legal documents and things like that. And my mom always had a crush on Han Solo, so here I am.
Well, who didn't back in the day? But
worst people named after for sure.
That's right. Through the link in the chat. Once again, it's in the show description as well for the auction.
Thank you. Appreciate it as always.
And just a reminder to everyone again, that's going to be next week.
Next Thursday.
Thursday, the 19th, starting at 7 p.m. Just to clarify to everybody, first lot closes at 7 p.m., goes on until everything's done from there. And I see Wayne is asking if we're going to be at C2E2. We are going to be at C2E2. There's a Comic Art Con show in New Jersey the weekend before C2E2.
We will be there as well. Anybody who wins anything in the auction who will be at either of those shows, we are happy to deliver wins in person.
And we take consignments as payment. So if you win something in the auction and you want to give us artwork or comic books to pay for it, email one of us. We can arrange that. You can drop it off at one of those shows. We love when people do that because it makes our job easier finding things for the next auction. And it makes your job easier because you don't have to send us any money. You can just give us stuff.
Yep, turn that stuff into money. And then the Superman auction does begin immediately when this auction ends, and that then we'll be back to discuss that in April.
In about a month, yeah. We will get you on the schedule for that, Micah. Guaranteed.
Thank you. Any questions that can be had, we're contactable. Harry and I will both be in the office for the duration of the auction next Thursday. Yeah, happy to answer any questions anybody has. And thanks again, Bill. We appreciate it. We know you've had quite a last couple months, so we appreciate you sticking with the shows even through all of that chaos.
No, my pleasure. And I'm looking forward to getting the tour finally.
No, I'm looking forward to getting it.
It's exciting that you're coming here. It'll be nice to show you around the place.
Is will both Vince and Steven be around, or do you think it's just gonna be the two of you?
Well, time will tell.
All right.
Vince,
All right. Let them know I'm coming.
Vince will likely be here.
They're
Steve
both
is in
very, very busy guys, though. They're out and about, so hard to know where they're going to be because there's always a deal coming up somewhere.
To be made. I get it. It's a mantra we live by around here at some days.
And as always, thanks to everybody for watching and for commenting. It's always fun.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Well, have a wonderful evening. We appreciate you hanging out with us, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow with Anthony and DeTulio doing a Dueling Dealers episode, which is always interesting. It should be fun. There are new memes. We have new memes. St. Patrick's Day themed memes. It's a little early, but why not? All right, everybody. Take care. We'll see you again soon.
Good night,
Thanks,
everybody.
everybody.